Ariel Helwani in New York City for the UFC on Fox press conference alongside Pat H.D. Barry, who faces Lavar Big Johnson on May 5th, live and free on Fox. And Pat, you know we're in New York. It's like 30 degrees outside. What is going on with the mesh shorts and the T-shirt?
Well,
did you not bring anything?
It's I just came from Minneapolis, where it's probably 12 degrees right now, so it's a little warmer here. I actually have a sweater and pants in the back, but it's warm inside the building. So as soon as we got here, I sat down, I started sweating. So shorts, I had to do it.
Usually when you sweat, you break out the tighty whities, but you stop short at the shorts.
It's not that warm.
Okay.
If it gets warmer, you never know. They're on, so just y'all be careful.
Now, after your last win over Christian Moorcraft, you told us that you were not going to cut the top part of your hair until you submit someone. I don't know, man. Unless your hair grows really slowly, it looks like you cut your hair.
No, I cut the sides. I don't cut
even the top?
The top's longer than it looks. I mean, I've got some. What's that the Vietnamese dudes putting their hair to make it like super stiff? Like if I head bunch you right now, your face is gonna cut open. Like it's all matted down right now. The top not gonna cut. The sides I'll cut. Top not. I said I wouldn't cut until I submit somebody in the UFC. I'm not beyond being a liar on that. I'll lie to I'll cut it, but as of right now, the plan is to just let it keep going.
How do you feel about it? I mean, do you think it looks good?
It's cool, man. I haven't done this since high school, so I'm bringing back the high school look. It's kind of weird to have to learn how to comb my hair again.
Now, Lavar, let's be honest, isn't the kind of guy that you're really going to go in there and try to submit, right? I mean, it's the perfect kind of fight for you. Are we going to see a different Pat Barry on May 5th? Are you going to take this fight to the ground and show off your jiu-jitsu?
No. The plan is no. Now, I'm not saying I'm completely against it. I said in the press conference, if he punches me in the head hard enough, you'll see a wrestler jump out of me somewhere. So the plan is not to go to the ground; it's to avoid it. I mean, me as a fan, I'd rather see two guys stand there and punch each other in the head like over and over again. Hopefully, I'm not on the end of that. But I mean, if it has to happen, it has to happen. But that's not the plan. No, the plan is to stand there and punch and kick each other until somebody gives up or quits or is unconscious.
The last Fox show was a little lackluster. All the fights went the distance. The fans weren't all that excited about them after. And then a couple days later, they announced your fight against Lavar Johnson. What kind of pressure do you feel going into this fight? It seems like everyone's looking at your fight as the one that needs to deliver.
Well, then that's one, that's kind of cool. Two, that's kind of intimidating. I mean, there is pressure, but there's pressure on my shoulders whether I'm the first fight of the night on the undercard or if I'm the main event. It's pressure either way. I've got to come, I've got to perform, I've got to put on a show to the fans, the audience want to see a performance, man. I mean, it's not just about punching and kicking. I could jab Lavar and run from him for 15 minutes. But I don't want to see that. I don't want to do that. No one wants to see that. I'm sure he doesn't want to do that either, man. We're coming to put on a fight, man. That's what it's going to be. We're going to round 2, nope. Round 3, don't like it. We're not. I don't think either one of us. I guarantee you, we're not 15-minute fighters. We can do it if we have to, but neither one of us wants to do that. I personally want to throw one punch and then leave. I don't want to do any more than that.
You're back on the winning track. You feel different. You feel more confident now about your career.
I mean, my lack of confidence only. My confidence only lacked once, and that was in round 3 of the Joey Beltran fight because I couldn't figure out why this guy wouldn't die. Losing to Chet Congo, it had to happen eventually. Losing to Stephen Struve, that's whack, but it had to happen. Maybe that's what makes me different from a lot of guys, but my confidence level didn't go anywhere. If anything, it makes me more confident or just more easygoing. I mean, I step in the ring, I always know at any point in time I can lose. You could beat me if we fought right now. It could happen. You never know.
Probably.
There's probably a good chance with that sexy stash he's got going on right there. It could always happen. So I step in. Every time I step in there, I know that at any point in time I could lose. But that's, like I said, never the game plan. It's always a surprise to me whenever it happens.
So in this fight, obviously there's a lot at stake in terms of just your performance. But at least me, and I think a lot of other fans as well, are dying for the Pat Barry versus Mark Hunt fight. Considering what Mark Hunt has done as of late, what you have done, your styles, is that a fight that interests you at some point?
At some point in time, it'll happen. I mean, it's bound to happen. I've said before, the higher you get to the top of the mountain, the least amount of space there is up there, the fewer people. We're eventually going to cross paths, whether we want to or not. We're eventually going to get matched up together. Is it something that I'm looking forward to? No. That dude hits really hard and doesn't seem to get knocked out. I don't want to break my hands on his head. Like that would be garbage. I don't want to get punched in the head by him. Is it something that I would gladly accept? Absolutely. Am I looking forward to fighting anyone? No, I don't. Oh, fight coming up. Yeah, I feel good. No, I don't look forward to punching anyone in the head or getting punched. But is this something that would be cool and it's gonna happen? Yeah, it is going to eventually, especially after this Lavar Johnson fight that I have. I mean, I don't know where on the heavyweight ranking list I am or anything like that. But if this fight turns out the way that I'm hoping it to and expecting it to, then would a matchup with Mark Hunt possibly be right there? It could be, but I mean, maybe he's a higher level than I am, so maybe not.
Last thing on Lavar, you said that
Your cameraman looks just like Josh Barnett.
Weird.
From this angle. Yeah, go ahead.
It actually is Josh Barnett. He just got his license to fight, so now he's kind of back on the scene.
All right, cool.
No one will ever know what he looks like. That's the beauty of this. Last thing on Lavar, you said that the only time you really lacked confidence was in the third round of the Joey Beltran fight. He just knocked out Joey Beltran in the first round. What does that do mentally for you?
Man, I was sitting there in Chicago, sitting there, watching it. He punched Joey Beltran in the head. When Joey Beltran fell out, my jaw hit the ground, and everyone in the crowd stopped, froze, and then turned and looked at me. Like, that's something that's never been done. Now anybody can get knocked out. Everybody can, this is going to happen eventually to somebody. But Joey Beltran has never been knocked out. He's never been knocked down. He's never been stunned with a punch. Nothing. This guy is immune to, like, getting hit. And just getting hit in the head. It just doesn't matter what happens. He said it. I've just always been tough my whole life. For some reason, it just doesn't hurt, doesn't affect me. He punched him in the head with 4 of the nastiest uppercuts ever, and Joey Beltran fell out. Like, that's pretty intimidating. I kicked him in the head 5 times, and he didn't even blink his eyes. So if that means that Lavar Johnson can punch harder than I can kick, then that's very unfair.
Okay, final thing. My favorite running series on YouTube right now is your I Hate series.
Yeah.
And I know I'm putting you on the spot,
No problem.
but can you give us something that you hate, perhaps about New York City? It's a strange place, kind of dirty at times. Anything you have to say about New York?
I've been in New York a few times, supposed to come for a week every time, and I think the longest I've ever stayed was 4 days. New York is what you see on TV, man. The lights never stop blinking. People never stop walking. Even when it starts raining, they don't even start walking faster. They continue just to walk in the same pace. I actually have an idea. I'm going to go outside, and I'm going to stop 100 people. And I'm going to ask them where they're going. And I guarantee you at least one person will go, I don't know, that way. I'm walking that way. I guarantee you, I bet at least one person out of 100 people will just tell you, no clue, but I'm late. I'm going to just keep walking in that direction. I don't know why. Everyone else is doing it. I'm going to do it too. That's my guess, man. New York never stops. I personally just want to sit down and not move. I don't even want to breathe, man. I just want and just sit there. This place is this is.
But it sounds like those are the things you like about it. What do you hate about it?
All the moving and the blinking and the.
But I wanted to hear the I hate. You know how you do it.
Well, I got to save that for another video.
All right.
I hate taxis. You know who I hate? The concierge at our hotel. I called him last night and was like, "Oh, just out of curiosity, do you have a gym in the hotel?" The guy says, "Yes, we have a gym. It's on the 4th floor." I was like, "All right, do you have a hot tub in the gym?" His immediate response was, "Don't you have a bathtub in your room?"
Wow.
That was the response. So I was like, "Oh, so." Me is what you're saying. Okay, no problem. I'll go sit in my tub, man. I hate the concierge, whoever his name is. I hate you.
Pat, thank you for the time. Good luck on the 5th.
No problem, man. I hate not having pizza since I've been here. I've been here for 24 hours and I have not had a slice of New York pizza yet. New York hot dogs, New York shawarma. That guy. Like, I'm hungry. I'm ready to eat. And I want a Red Bull right now.
All right, Pat. Good luck with that.